When I think about Northern Illinois home builders, I think about fighters. You've had some great presidents that have come from here at the state, starting with Orville Krugoff in 1969, Ralph Smeichel in 1971, John Hall in 1999. Pete Stefani is incredible. He has raised a lot of PAC funds that are needed in order to participate in the political process, whether you like it or not.
Sometimes people come to me and say, hey, why do you belong to Northern? What's the benefits of becoming a member of NIHBA? And you know, it's simple. You're always learning something.
Not only does the association give you an opportunity to make friends, but it also gives you an opportunity to make a living. And it is a great opportunity.
What I particularly liked that I found with respect to just about all of my builder clients were not only were they men of integrity, but they were self-made men. People began to realize that the association was one that was a magnet for people who were serious about their craft and engaged in the highest standards of professionalism.
I've had no bigger mentor in my life than Mac Earhart, my father. As soon as we were building our first home, I remember being out on the job site actually with my grandfather, and I would be picking up bricks and stuff like that and just cleaning the yard. I mean, I think my dad was giving me like a nickel an hour or something like that, and I might have been worth 4 cents at that point, not quite a nickel.
In fact, all my children came to work for me at one time. They all elected on their own to come to work for me. I did not recruit them. And I always thought that was kind of cool. And to this day, they're still together running the business. So I think that's just a very cool thing.
We have an opportunity to really affect people's lives in a positive way, to provide housing where there hasn't been housing, to make their lives easier. You know, the cavalcade of homes, it's something that as individuals we wouldn't be able to do, but as a group, it's going to be a way that we can greatly help each other and help our industry succeed.
Frank Bogdan with Regency Federal, my guy, Frank was so key relative to the early cavalcades and keeping those going and making them extremely profitable. It gave the association the type of economic clout that it could do the things it did, as well as to survive the downturn when so many others didn't have the types of finances to carry through.
That's the reason why I think the Cavalcade of Homes is so important for the association, because it shows what all the different builders can do in a variety of different designs and different products, and showcase their quality and their capabilities, and people can touch and feel and see just what quality that builder actually has.
The relationships that you gain by being an active member of the association is probably the best benefit of all.
Just in the last 4 or 5 years, you're starting to see a resurgence in the activity that they're putting on, and it's been great to participate.
You know, it's hard to put a price or a value on networking, but that is probably the #1 value that I find being a member here.
We used to have our home builders meetings in Elgin at the Blue Moon at the time. After the speaker, we would sit around and talk. And that, I thought, was the best part of the whole thing, the relationships that you garnered with these people, because they were the only people that I knew that did our business and understood our business.
I love playing devil's advocate. Someone would raise a question at some of our board meetings or any of our situations, and I would take the other side, because that would really spur some good thinking, some good discussion.
It's important whether we agree, disagree, or have another idea. It's important that we have a voice in those policy-making decisions. Bill Ward is an integral part of what we do in this state and the impact that he has.
Lobby Day at the Home Builders Association is like Christmas morning. Home builders do a great job of studying the issues prior to coming to Springfield and making sure that our message gets out.
Billy, I think, is absolutely the epitome of the best voice and face for our association in Springfield. And he does so much with so little PAC money, it's just ridiculous what he accomplishes and how much money he saves us and has saved us over the years.
Northern has provided more legal counsel, more free advice, more assistance on legal issues and legislative issues than any other association in this state.
There are other associated aspects then to joining, besides that camaraderie, that learning aspect from both ends, the professionalism that it brings. An aspect that I think is very important, and I was on that committee for many years, was the arbitration committee. It wasn't unusual for me to go to a builder. Don't you get yourself in this situation again. Learn from this situation, because something like this may come up again, and make sure that you keep the professional aspect of the association your number one priority.
Throughout my 20 years or so on the board of directors, as I say, I had an opportunity to work with a lot of really fine people. Joe Akheim was one of them. He was an individual who set a very high standard. He could be very difficult at times because he expected a lot from people, he expected a lot from himself.
As a lobbyist, you have many opportunities over the years to represent different industries and different entities, and I couldn't be more proud than to work for home builders and remodelers.
It's pretty amazing business that we're in, that 99.9% of our clientele, this is the most expensive personal purchase they'll have made at their life. And so they're putting a lot of trust in us. As we do that, we have to take that extremely seriously in the way we treat them and how we serve them through the homes that we provide.